Kyle and Mike.
Hey, what's up, Mike?
How you doing?
Doing well.
Good.
Hold on. What? Have you guys not met?
Oh, I've met Mike before. I met him in Salem.
Okay.
Okay.
Dude, but like just like in passing on shows though, not like real meeting. I mean, whatever you want to call real meeting now.
It's been a while.
Yeah, we did. We did something down there. We did we talked at an open mic down there.
Yeah, over at Cap City.
Yeah.
Or in the room now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have this bumper sticker on the back of my car that says Salem has a comedy club, capitalcitytheater.com, and I'm really hoping that website redirects to Infinity Room because I'm consistently, it does. Yeah, that's on my bumper.
Yeah, so it just happens to be in my notebook here.
Yeah, I said that loud while looking at Emma, and she confirmed that it does reroute to Infinity Room. So I'm still plugging the and I deliver pizza, so I get all these white trash people from this crappy area to look at it, and so all that demographic gets blamed on me.
Is that just like how the Antifa.com goes straight to JoeBiden.com? Is that the same kind of thing?
Does it?
Yeah, it did.
Oh, that's fun.
So
I like when people fuck with politics like that. Real quick, hello everybody. 1 second. Hello everybody, and thank you for being here with us on Must Be Nice with Kyle Adams, Chad Johnson. I'm Kyle Adams, that's Chad Johnson. Special guest this week, Mike Lindsey, Portland comedy. I'm going to call him champion of sobriety. There we go.
Wow.
I mean, you've done some of like the most work on sobriety and recovery and stuff. There are other sober comics up in Portland.
Yeah.
But and I think people that have been sober longer than you, but I think that you've done a lot of the groundwork to, actually, do a lot of good outside of that instead of just yourself.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Yeah, me and Kyle just stopped drinking because we were selfish.
Yeah.
Well, I love a quitter, so
I'm sure that's on a shirt somewhere.
I have them. What do you mention that?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw a guy wearing an AIR hat a couple days ago because there's a lot of what's it called in Salem? That recovery program.
Yeah.
What's it called? Brookshire? No. I don't know. There's a lot.
Oh, yeah. They sponsor one of my shows too. I can't think of their name off the top of my head.
I mean, hey, great program. I just it's we all smoke too much weed. We can't figure out what's it called. So Bridgeway, thank you, Emma, producer in the kitchen.
It's Bridgeway. I'm so embarrassed. That's how long I've been out of comedy, and so. But hey, I did a lot of drugs. Okay, I did a lot of drugs. My memory is just no good. So when you have that much history with drugs, does that completely permanently fry your brain? I'm going to say to a degree, and I think it kind of depends on what you use and stuff like that. But I will definitely say to a degree, yes.
Yeah.
But it's a combination of that and then dealing with roommates' hairspray. Between the two, I think it's a real issue.
Fucking get stuck in your nose and in your ear hairs, and then you're just picking it out all day long.
It's all caked on. It's on the walls, and it's on the ceiling. I
swear that because of so much hairspray use, one of my habits, like my just like nervous habits, is to just pull at my ear hair because I used to just get a bunch of fucking hairspray out of there all the time.
Yeah,
fucked up. Kyle, how much hairspray do you use?
None.
That's what I was gonna vote for.
Probably because my hair is fucking wild at work. I used to have like a headband to push everything back, but I don't know how to do it now. I'm rocking the ponytail right now.
Yeah, the ponytail's a cool look. I used to be like, that's stupid. Come on, what are you doing? You're a grown man. But now it's like, oh, I get it. It's cool.
I think you can get miles and miles with a good conditioner. Just use that alone, and you wouldn't need as much hairspray. I don't know. Just kidding.
Yeah, I don't know. Gel and hairspray, like when my hair was shorter, I used to like it a lot, but now I don't fuck with too many products, honestly. Like, and I only really wash like twice a week.
Yeah. It's funny because I use bar soap, just to wash my body, and I'll just like wash my hair with it, like whatever, who cares? And then I hear Tori Ward's jokes about washing with like Irish Spring when she's like 7. And I'm like, well, that's what like I do, and then like I just recommend my daughter does when she. Oh shit. Okay, never mind. Okay, I'll change that up. Now I'm seeing it from like the adult children of Irish Spring. That's what she's in that program.
Nice.
I use an all natural soap that's awesome. It's called hopefully maybe we can get sponsored for it because it's fucking expensive. It's Dr. Squatch. Dr. Squatch send me soap. It's fucking
I love
amazing.
that. I love that stuff. I use that. Amazing. I use the deodorant also, aluminum free. No. I love it. Yeah. So
yeah, I've been
to prevent Alzheimer's.
Really? Yeah. Well, I stopped using Axe body spray, or not Axe, but I mean all body sprays. I stopped using Axe out of high school, but then
that one dude fucking died.
What's that?
That one dude died.
Axe guy?
Yeah, there was this kid who was obsessed with using Axe, and he inhaled it way too much, and it coated his lungs, and he fucking died.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I used that as like a comedy game trivia thing, and then I started getting depressed because I was just looking up all this people dying in stupid ways. I stopped playing that one. But yeah, really that happened.
Wow.
Like 15.
So I stopped using it because it does something, it increases your heart attack risk. I forget exactly the science behind it, but it does something that makes you more susceptible to heart attack. And I was like,
it's because it gets you so many chicks that you're like, oh no, and then you have heart attack.
You can't give up. Your heart pops.
Remember those commercials?
Oh,
where it was like a guy just sprays it, and then just girls are just like, rubbing their vaginas on his face. And he's like, cool.
It's a genius marketing ad.
What's your favorite flavor of Dr. Squatch?
Dr. Squatch, I really like the pine tar.
Now.
Pine tar.
The pine tar is amazing. It's like pine tar and cedar. I think it's got like little cedar chips in it.
Yeah,
that one's really good. And then even though I don't drink anymore, the IPA one is really good. It makes you smell. It makes you smell like hops and weed, which I like.
I do actually like that one too. I think it's just memories, but I like I think they have like a bay one, like a bay rum or something. And
bay rum is sick. Yeah, bay rum's good. The aloe one is fine, but it doesn't really have like a strong smell. I got lucky. One of my friends, she works for like a warehouse company, and they got like 4 bars of soap for $10, and they're usually like $10 a pop. So
$30
on that. But I just ran out of those, so I gotta please sponsor me, Dr. Scott.
I bought a bunch of peppermint at Christmas time, the candy cane ones. Those were good. Those are cool.
Oh, nice. Are they red and white?
They are.
That's pretty great. Do you know the brand of soap that Zach uses? Zach has this brand of soap that is kind of like it's like this, but I think it comes in like ammo containers. Have you seen this? It's like this big metal ammo container. Like,
that's so funny. I felt bad for getting Dr. Squatch because it's like, it's what men smell like. Men have penises and blah, blah, blah. And it's just this whole the whole campaign. And like if that comes in an ammo container, then that's even worse. That's even like,
I'm not sure.
Rub natural soap on yourself, pussy. Like,
he walks by, I'll ask him, Zach, what's that brand of soap that you use that comes in like ammo containers?
Duke Cannon.
Duke Cannon.
Mm-hmm. I've heard of that.
Yeah. We're talking Dr. Squatch. You heard of it?
Yeah. I kind of want to get some. I like to make soaps.
He wants to get some too.
We can definitely recommend it. Definitely recommend Dr. Squatch.
Nice.
Yep. Good stuff.
Wow, that's quite the endorsement across the board. That's pretty cool. People who use it, people who love it while they use it, and then someone who's like, I've been wanting to get it. That's great. Yeah. So, Mike, you've been sober for 6, 8, 5, 7,
6.5.
Yeah, nailed it.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
And that's that's completely Kyle and I are in our first step of like just coping with.
So you guys are green and sober? Is that what I'm hearing? Yeah, that's
green and I guess you can call it brown if you're like, I'll do mushrooms, whatever.
Anything natural, and then I will take acid, but I'm more of a mushroom fan than acid. It's a little strong.
Well, now that's all for depression now, so it's
Mhm.
okay.
Yeah. I mean, but like, yes, it does seem to have like benefits for people like Kyle. You have microdosed mushrooms and still are, or
I
did for
still
a
have.
while. Yeah.
I've been sitting on about a half ounce of mushrooms for like 2 months now, and I just take like a little piece of a stem whenever I'm feeling down, and it just puts me right back up, and it helps
Wow.
me keep things in perspective. It doesn't like I don't ever really get high off of it. It just kind of
Mhm.
like helps. I feel like streamlined, and I still have negative thoughts, but my brain's like, hey, why don't fuck those? Like, what about all the good stuff you're doing? And it's really cool. It's been exactly what I've needed.
Wow. Yeah, there's a lot of people that are using like you mentioned, microdose and all that kind of stuff, and um, using those things to improve their lives, and
Mhm.
more power to them. And a lot of people, by removing alcohol, notice a tremendous difference in their lives. And I think that's that falls into that whole harm reduction thing.
Oh yeah.
And I think that's really huge. And one of the first things you learn in recovery, especially the 12 steps, is that one of the first things you mentioned to say to yourself as step one is that my life has become unmanageable. Well, if you remove alcohol and your life has become more manageable, and you're not beating people up and end up in jail and DUIs and losing your job and all that kind of stuff, everything that falls under that vise of unmanageable. If you can function, more power to you. I'm not here to judge you. Your recovery is your thing, and your life is your life, and all that. For me, if I pick up anything, I'm going to party till I'm homeless. I mean,
Mhm.
it's a proven fact. I've done it. So for me, I just have to abstain. So
It's interesting how it does kind of fall onto a spectrum like that.
mhm,
Is like there are people that drink as much as they can and want to,
mhm,
and that works. That's fine for them.
yeah,
Like for their situation, that's fine, and that's that really does bring the title in of like that must be nice to be able to fucking handle yourself
hmm,
while
yeah,
I don't know. Maybe it's that must be nice to have that little of responsibility with
yeah,
certain people, but um yeah, I it's cool because it's like I don't ever feel like, oh, this person drinks, or that I've found a better way to do it. I like found the thing that works for me, and I wish that was a common thing that like people who do and don't, and all the whole spectrum of people like noticed that and felt the same way, because like when you stop drinking and you start noticing positive things about it, it's hard to talk about around people. You ever notice that?
hmm,
Because like you're
hmm,
like, oh, I feel great for these reasons. I stopped drinking, and then people, especially if they have like a drink in their hand while you're saying that, it's hard to say that to them.
yeah,
But there's always the go-to really fast of people saying like, well, yeah, I don't drink that much, and it just creates
Mhm.
this oh, that's not what this conversation's about. It's like I found a cool thing that I'm into,
hmm,
and I'm not trying to create this division, but it does create a immediate without coming out and saying it, there's like a division of someone's like, am I being judged right now? Am I being like monitored
Mhm.
of like how, and then they
hmm,
have to go over their own I don't know. It's like me in my head watching like subtle reactions and conversation going like,
Yeah.
okay, can't talk about it.
yeah. It's when you make improvements in your life and you want to celebrate that and share that with people. Sometimes that stares directly in the face of things that people are doing or still doing, and
Mhm.
you have no you could care less about what they're doing, what I mean, as
Yeah.
far as that goes. You want them to be well and all that, but you're just saying, hey, look, I've done this or removed this from my life has gotten exponentially better. Let's celebrate that. And they're like
Yeah.
they're like feeling judged, and you feel awkward for thinking
Right.
that. I hear
It's
what you're
like I
saying.
don't.
It happens all the
Yeah.
time in recovery. Yeah, it does. So people
Yeah.
judge each other's recoveries and, say, oh, you're not in recovery because of this or because of that and all that kind of stuff. And it's like, yeah, but some of the rules in recovery are you kind of take care of your own side of the fence, your own side of the
Mhm.
street, and don't worry about other people so much. So, but
It's like
this,
comedy.
yeah, like comedy. Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
I mean, like,
we're all in different places, and,
yeah.
it's, what works for Chad. I could take Chad's whole set list and tell the jokes and bomb. but he takes that set list and he excels because it's part of him. It's his story. He's genuine to that, and you know, that's the same way in life. You know, it's you kind of have to live your own deal and not worry so much about other people. And it is a big thing in recovery when people are judging each other and all that kind of stuff, and it just kind of poisons the whole thing. So
yeah, is that something you ran into, Kyle, of like just explaining your situation and feeling awkward about it?
So, and I think we may have touched on this before, but comedians understand 100%. Comedians don't give me any shit. I do run into the, oh, well, I don't drink that much. And it's like this assumed subtext. It's like, no, there's no subtext here. I'm literally just telling you I'm happy that I don't drink anymore, like you were saying. But people in the restaurant industry are are total cocks about it, dude. So I went out trying to hang out with some servers I worked with like a year or two ago, and I went to Rialto and I just I sipped on a Red Bull and then I had like a Sprite afterwards, and there was like a bottle of ketchup in front of me, and I can't tell you how many of my drunk coworkers going, "How's your ketchup?" And just like I hate all of you. And then by like the sixth person, I'm like, it's fucking viscous, is what it is. It's viscous. It's this Virgin Bloody Mary sucks. But it's interesting. I also had someone tell me, oh, well, when you say you don't drink, we just assume you couldn't handle it and something bad happened. And it's like, well, I mean, also like some people, yes, some people something bad happened and that was like a rock bottom, but then other people get close to that and go, fuck that, and then pump the brakes. And that was more like my case was like where I just had some bad behavior and some unacceptable nights that I never wanted to do again. And then I was just like, fuck this,
Yeah. That was the hardest part, was getting real with yourself around those times. Like you mentioned, Kyle, those times where you're like, I didn't like me. And not liking yourself and not liking what you've done and how you treated other people and, being out of control and all that kind of stuff. And doing that repeatedly, and then hearing things that you said or did and that you don't even know about. And you're like, and that was tough, facing all that. So how did you guys deal with that?
With
the acceptance of that I did something that I don't like and I wanted to stop.
Well, it's like, it really is like a growing up thing for me. That's kind of how it felt, because I mean, my whole life I would do something and then I would internally feel very negative about it and go like, that was fucking stupid, you fucking idiot. But I wouldn't change my behavior. I would just go like, oh, that was stupid. And I would like, judge myself in ways that I wouldn't be public about. And I wouldn't want people to know that I judge myself, because then they could take that side too and be like, you are a fucking asshole. What are you doing? But then when I don't know, when it started getting in the way of comedy, and when I kind of had the like big, huge moment of like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, I started comedy and then I started drinking way more and doing, way more drugs and stuff. And every single time that happens, it gets in the way of what I want to do. And so it's just this whole like, okay, now I have to really take a look at everything and go, oh, okay. It really is just a math problem at this point.
Yeah, what you need to subtract out of your life.
Yeah.
No, I was about the same. I didn't want to cry in front of strangers in public anymore. That was one of my
yeah.
I always tell people like, I haven't been in any program. I didn't do any diversion. I literally quit from pure embarrassment.
Yeah.
I had embarrassing nights in a row, and just I was terrified though that I wasn't going to be funny after I quit drinking. And it's now that I'm 2 years from that moment, I was such an idiot for having that thought, because I've gotten exponentially better at comedy since I've stopped drinking.
Yeah, that was one thing I noticed, which like before I quit drinking, I like probably a year before that, I would not drink all day until my set was done. And then I was like, okay, this is helping way more. And then I think one time I did the same thing and I just bombed really bad because I was really fucking nervous. And it was a bad bomb in front of opening for Adam Ray. And I was like, bad night. And then I drank a lot that night, and it's like, all right, that's it. Like that was the math problem that told me the answer right there. It's just pretty easy. And yeah, the whole embarrassment factor of it all, of like people, constantly saying it's okay, it's all right, it's fine, it's okay, and just like you get enough of those, and you're like, okay, well, it's obviously there's no way it is.
Yeah, is it okay?
Yeah.
For me, I was living on the streets for a year, and it was approaching the end of summer. It's super hot, and I realized that winter was coming up. I knew I couldn't survive another winter on the streets, and so I just made the choice and cold turkey, and boom. So
pun intended.
Started rebuilding and all that, and here we are. So
that's so cool. That I mean, I like hearing about that, because like you own your own business now, and you kind of work for yourself, right?
I still do. I work for the man still, and I have a great job, and I've been working from home since COVID. I've been working from home for over a year now.
Yeah,
and so it's been kind of nice that have that flexibility and all that. And
I think it's just fucking crazy to like, I don't know. I only know this mic, and so to like think about, you went from what, 7 years ago you were homeless.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, to go from that and just someone that's on the street, because of the drugs and alcohol and everything.
Yep, September 1st, 2014. That was my clean date, and I was living in the homeless shelter in Salem, the Salvation Army. They're on Front Street. Yeah, and I had a couple job interviews. I'm trying to piece life back together and all that stuff. And I had a job interview at Tillamook Cheese Factory for a senior cost accountant position, and which seems weird to say, to go from meth addict to senior cost accountant. But I actually had some of these phone interviews with them while I was high on the phone, and I'm just chatty Cathy. So
you're nailing it.
Yeah. So, and I'm all like, and they're probably like,
right now.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he's got all this stuff figured out. So, but I went over there for an interview in person, and it was like a 12-person panel interview, and they asked me all these questions. I'm just nailing it. I'm sober at this point and stuff, but still, I'm still kind of cloudy. And but I'm nailing everything, all the people type stuff, all the system type stuff. I'm nailing. And they go, well, and they're like, just about wrapping up, and they're like, well, since you don't have an accounting degree, we wanted to ask you some specific accounting questions. And they went around the horn again, each asking specific questions about accounting. And it was question, fail, question, fail, question, fail. It was bad. I was just like, and then at the end, I think everybody was shocked. I was like, how could he not answer any of these questions? Kind of thing. But I was just so focused, hyper focused on just, getting clothes to wear to the interview, getting a ride, from Salem to Tillamook, and getting, all these things in line. My brain didn't go far enough out there to figure out, hey, maybe you should brush up a little bit on accounting terms and accounting, all that kind of stuff. And I did not get the job. And I think, looking back, I think my higher power was like, oh, hey, yeah, I'm not going to just drop you in Tillamook, making $85K a year with no support system, kind of stuff. I mean, here I was at one point looking for where I'm going to sleep tonight. And the next second, I'm looking for condos in like Rockaway, kind of thing. Because I'm thinking, I got this job. It's going to be, big deal and all this kind of stuff. And that didn't work out.
I'm going to get so much meth.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, I didn't think that, but I'm sure that Tillamook has plenty. But
I think so.
Maybe that was for the best, because Tillamook's full of meth. That might have saved you from a relapse or something.
I think so. I definitely think so. So I ended up in a safe spot like Vancouver. But no, so I didn't get the job. I went a couple days, pretty upset. I was pretty bummed. I wanted to go back out. I mean, I felt like I taken a shot and failed, and that kind of stuff. So I went a couple days, and then on Thursday, I got a phone call that I had taken another interview just in passing, like, I'm not going to get that one, but I'll just, whatever. Mm-hmm. And sure enough, and they went kind of dark for a couple of weeks, and then they finally called back and said, hey, they want you. They want you to start on Monday. I'm like, today's Thursday, like the next Monday, kind of thing. No, this Monday. in Vancouver, and I live in a homeless shelter in Salem with no car, no money. And so I'm like, I'll be there.
Okay, see you Monday.
Yeah, I'll figure it out, right? So I started making some calls, and I got an interview for an Oxford House on Sunday morning. They had their house meeting at 8:30, and so I got a ride up to Vancouver. I checked out of the homeless shelter, which was a gamble because I couldn't go back, and so I went up there to Vancouver, interviewed, and I just had the mindset of, hey, I'm going to wash my junk in a McDonald's bathroom for 2 weeks until I get a paycheck and figure this out, right? I mean, anything. I've lived on the streets for a year. I can figure this out, right? So I interviewed, and he's like, they're like, well, do you have another place you're interviewing? And I'm like, yeah. And he goes, well, that's good, kind of thing. I'm like, oh man, I didn't get this one, kind of thing. So they said call back at 11. It's after they voted out or whatever. Call back at 11. They said I got it, and it turned out to be 1 mile from where I worked. And they had, and they had extra bikes and stuff in the house, so I was able to borrow a bike and ride to work. And that's how I got my first car. It was like I think it was like an '86 Pontiac Parisian, big old brown thing.
Pontiac Parisian? I've never even heard of it.
Yeah, Pontiac Parisian, PARIESSENNE. I could send you some pictures. I have it on my Facebook, I think. But
so
it's
for people who love French stuff in Pontiac.
Yeah, exactly.
That Venn diagram.
Yeah. It's a Pontiac Parisian Brougham, is what it was. It was it was a decent car, really.
So you got sober and then you started driving this car?
Yeah. Then I became a pimp.
Yes, Snoop Dogg has one of these.
Yeah, I bet he does.
It's like wires get hit the curb on the side.
Yeah, his is yellow. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
mine was brown, but
I saw that one too.
Yeah.
I bypassed it to the yellow one.
Yeah. So yeah, it was that was definitely a huge higher power type thing, and if you're all into that and stuff. But then I didn't have any food, so I went to some churches and got food boxes and had enough food for 2 weeks. So the last few days I was eating lentils and beans, but I was eating. So
yeah, dude, when you have to do that kind of stuff, you just go like, oh, this really isn't that bad, because like I could be trying to eat what's on the ground over there. So there's, I think everybody should go through a time of I mean, maybe not that extreme poverty, but I lived out of my car for 6 months when I was 18, and so it was like, there's ways to just figure out how to do things if you don't have an option. Like if you go to just a city and get dropped in a city or something like that, it's like, okay, I think I can figure stuff out here. I know how to do certain things and what you can get away with at certain places.
Yeah.
So
I don't piss on a school.
It gives you a perspective that I think a lot of people don't get. Like, cause I mean, I always used to joke and say I was homeless light because I had a car, a job, and a girlfriend. But it was still very fucking scary. I mean, I can't imagine without any resources. That's fucking terrible.
No, it was scary. I think that's one thing that scared me the most was my I was on unemployment for much of the time that I was homeless, and getting those benefits, and that actually stopped. And I think that's part of the reason why I was like, I can't fly a sign, and because that's got to where it got to be was I was flying a sign. If I get more than $20, I'd get high, and if I got less, I would eat. And so, I told that story to somebody once. We're like, what was the cutoff? How much did you need? Kind of thing. It's like, it was $20, and so $20 gets you in the door at least, and gets you talking to the dealer or whatever. But
is that terminology for holding up a cardboard sign?
Yeah, flying a sign. Yeah. I wish I would have kept them. I wish I would have kept them.
I'm gonna use that. That's cool.
I wish I would have kept them. I have pictures of them somewhere, but it said basically said anything helps or something like that, and had a picture of some guy drew it for me. It was a palm tree and like an island or whatever, and then I would sing songs. And I remember one time I was singing In Constant Sorrow. And this car stopped at the stop sign, and these people rolled down their windows and they're listening to me sing. There's an older couple, and they're just listening to me sing, and I'm singing, and they're just sitting there, and the traffic's lined up behind them. People are honking at them and stuff, and they're just listening to me, and they give me some money and they take off and stuff. But when people would depending on their age, I would sing an older song or sing a younger song kind of thing, and just trying to, but I never like put down a hat. I never figured out that, oh, wait, maybe we should put a hat down, and but I would sing out in front of stores and stuff like that too. And I sang out in front of the Safeway in West Salem.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. You kind of learned how to read audiences before you started doing comedy, basically.
Yeah.
That's a really good skill to have.
Yeah, and then I got into comedy actually in recovery. I didn't do comedy before, so I started comedy around I guess that would be age 45, age 44, right in there. So I went to a class. I did Alex Falcone's class when it was at the Comedy Sports before it became over at. So it was half price because it wasn't at Helium, but it was definitely the thing that was most profound of that class. Not only learning, just the ins and the outs and writing and all that, but for me the biggest thing was just being accepted. They played a game called Two Truths and a Lie, just to these little warm up games, like improv type stuff, and whatnot. And so one of the truths was I was a homeless meth addict, and I think the other one was like I played basketball. Another one was I went streaking or something like that. Streaking was a lie. And but once they realized, hey, we're sitting in a room with a former homeless meth addict, nobody got up and left. And so that gave me, the confidence that, hey, I'm a human being again, and I'm accepted, and it gave me the kind of the strength just to start writing about that. And that was one thing Alex was big about, was tell your story, be genuine to yourself. And once you do that, you have the permission to talk about it. If I got on stage and started telling a bunch of pregnant lady jokes, it's not gonna land. I mean, appearance aside, but it's not gonna land. As well as something that's true in my own life. And I think you guys are probably finding that out in your comedy as well. When you guys talk about your story and yourself, you can generally get more buy-in and interest from the crowd, and you can take them places that you couldn't otherwise. So I think that's huge.
That was something I kind of clued into early on, because I was doing a lot of just broad material in the beginning, and it was just broad subjects and stuff. And then I realized at a certain point that if I wanted to be original and I wanted to really tap into what I wanted to talk about, I had to make it more personal. And then ever since then, it's been like the majority, I would say about 75% of my jokes are all personal stories or something that happened at some point,
Yeah.
But that's the most fun for me, because I mean, it's you get to talk about shit that's uncomfortable and sad, and always find a way to be optimistic about it. At least that's what I'm going. I know some people are bummed out sometimes, but
yeah, sometimes you need that for yourself, though. Depending on the show. And
bummed out.
Yeah, well, then you just microdose on the way home, right?
That's beautiful, though, man.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
Amazing. That's why I get defensive about people when they go, "Oh, comedians are all just drunken, whatever,
same
losers." It's like, no, we're actually very positive people for the most part, and it's beautiful when I hear a story like that, where it's like comedy helped save your life in a lot of ways.
Yeah, definitely
did. That's fucking beautiful, man. I really like that.
Thanks, man. Thanks. And that's one of the things we're doing with Unloaded Comedy, is not just doing the recovery shows and the benefits for the different recovery centers and all that kind of stuff. We're also going in to do seminars about comedy and how writing, in particular, helps you process your feelings and emotions and all that kind of stuff. And then having that spin of comedy writing with it, allows people to, like what we talked about, you can take people places and you can talk about things that are uncomfortable. But if you throw in a few, one-liners and, zingers and all that kind of stuff with that, kind of lightens that mood a little bit, and you can really get that stuff out. And we do a show, or not a show, but a seminar called Unloaded Comedy, Recover Your Laughs. And it's basically the same kind of people that that we have on stage. We'll bring those recovery comics and kind of go a little bit deeper. 3 or 4 of us in a room and telling our story a little bit, and then we talk about the comedy 101 and how to write and get on tips for getting on stage and all that kind of stuff. And people really dig it. So
that's cool.
Yeah, that's kind of kind of.
There's just a lot of people that don't understand even like the etiquette of being in a room with comedians.
Yeah.
Like that, and like that sounds really snooty or whatever, but I mean it's
pinky out when you tell dick jokes. Everyone knows that.
Yeah, oh for sure. Especially if you're telling small dick jokes. But you have to.
If it's a big dick joke, you have to do this.
Yeah, you got to do that when you drink your. You take a drink. But like it's good. Like comedy has such a. There's no barrier as far as like what you look like, what you talk like, or really like what you act like, as long as you're funny and doing it right. Like I mean, that also sounds incorrect. It's hard to talk about comedy because it's a like amorphous thing that you can't say is correct or incorrect.
Well, if you go up there telling dead baby rape joke, you're doing it incorrectly. But
okay, so that's one of the things that yeah, I was gonna say that's one of the things that comes up is like you can't go up there and tell dead baby rape jokes, but then like there's one person that's like, dude, that
really
was a hilarious dead baby rape joke. Fuck. Okay, so yeah, it's like it's
it better be good. It better be good.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not ready to swing for the fences. I'm trying to hit that guy on shortstop with a bad leg over there. Yeah, it's hard to swing big like that when you don't have like the established set behind you with everybody going. Like I've had sets where I've gotten away with way too much, and I was like, "Oh, this is really fun. Holy shit! I can't believe that." But like my set was so good up until then, not to brag or whatever, but like everybody was so on my side that I got to go like into my I got to go way more personal and go like, oh, here's some like crazy shit that's in my head, and then like it was way more accepted and way more than it would be if it was like opened with that or something like that.
Oh yeah. I got to a point where I'm like, I'm not bringing up my dead mom in a 3-minute set again. I'm waiting till like
yeah, that's
unless it's something I'm really working on, because there have been a few like, and I usually end it with that. But Posse taught me that early on. He's like, yeah, you gotta build a lot of goodwill up with the audience. You gotta make them like you. You gotta make them be on your side, and then it's all the more delicious when you fucking betray them later.
Yeah,
like you're just like, here comes. I really wanted to say.
I did a thing where I kind of gauged myself on that Portland's Funniest contest. You know, about 3 years in a row, I kind of gauged. You know,
what's that?
What's that? Right. And
those are Salem inside jokes. They like making.
Yeah, right. So I that's the whole reason I moved up here. I used to live in Salem, so it's, no. I actually moved to get out of harm's way with the you know, change of people, places, and things. So
it's not great here.
Yeah.
Certain tribes.
Yeah. But no, I had a great set the first year, but I went 2 seconds over. But some of the blue stuff I had on my set really, really landed. So I thought, oh, I'm just going to start out with that next time, right? Nope. You gotta. So I remember I started out with this joke that's blue as hell, and everybody's like, what? Who's this guy? I think, and so it just did not. You have to warm them up, like you mentioned, even with that topic with your mom and stuff like that. Sometimes you have to warm them up, even with other topics as well. And
yeah, and like even if you play your cards right and do the thing that you're like, okay, next time I do a set, I'll do it this way, and I'm not gonna open with that stuff. And so, I was on one of the first National Tap House things in Eugene, and I was like, cool, rad. And I had just gotten talked to, not like talked at, but like Darren Thompson was like, hey, you don't have to say fuck. If you like, he's got this whole thing where he's like,
okay, I got a question real quick.
Yeah.
When he said that to you, did he say the word?
No.
Okay,
the Mormons are coming after our fucks, and they won't shit.
Yeah, no, he said you don't have to curse as much as you do, because you're actually telling stories that aren't dirty. Like you're talking about your daughter and being a dad and going to the store, just regular stuff. And if you didn't, you could have. He talked about like a pie. He's like, you could have the whole pie instead of just the part of the pie where people don't mind that you're saying those kinds of things, but if you don't do that, you have the whole pie.
Yeah.
So I was like, cool, I'll try this whole pie thing. So I went down and I brought some goofy jokes, and I was like in a goofy mood, trying to do a pretty much clean set down in Eugene. I go there, and Jane Malone goes up before me, and she's like raunchy. She's just like disgusting. She's funny as shit. So that's
I know.
Like, and so she's like, people are pretty much throwing tables at the ceiling. It's like she gets the biggest laugh reaction ever. And I go up there and I'm like, hey guys, I got this kid, right? No, it's like I was like, man, I had just like goofy jokes. It was like dad jokes too. And I was like, I don't care. I'm just going to do them. I'm going to do it. And I got nothing. Just a whole like 15 minutes of them just being like, well, I thought this was comedy. What's going on here? I thought like, just a lot of that face. Like, I don't know. But that's fine. That's me and Eugene almost every time.
I hate
they don't get me.
They stare at you like they're trying to understand you. I'd almost rather have people not pay attention than to be like,
this guy thinks he's doing comedy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Got that.
So we got 8 more minutes, folks. 8 more minutes.
Yeah, just act like Bill Burr in Philadelphia. Each set I do.
5 more minutes, you cheesesteak eating. I love that. I love it.
It's so fun.
I got an email in my inbox that says it's a class. It says learn how to write like Bill Burr. Like, what? I might take the class. I don't know. Just to check it out.
All you have to do is just record yourself talking every day.
Yeah.
And you'll just get it out.
Yeah.
So with the unloaded comedy, there it is. Unloaded comedy stuff. Are you guys doing anything right now during the pandemic?
No, I've
just merch.
Just merch, yeah, just merch. I got a bunch of merch. I bought a bunch of merch right before the pandemic.
Hell yeah!
I was dude, I was so set up right before they turned the world off. I mean, I had shows in Portland, Eugene. I had God, I can't even think of his name. Oh my goodness, I'm just brain farting tonight.
What state?
He was in California. His name's Rich. He's a oh my God, he's an '80s comedian.
Scheidner.
Yes, thank you. Good Lord. Yeah, Rich, exactly. Boom, winner. He was coming up to do a show, and he wanted to do 3 shows, 2 nights of Unloaded and 1 night of his history of stand-up comedy. And we're doing.
Did he produce that with Wayne Fetterman?
I'm not sure.
Because I know they're buddies, and they both worked on I Am Comic.
Yes, he did work on I Am Comic, and he was trying to get it on Netflix. This history of stand-up, and he did it at I think he did it in Eugene, I want to say.
That's awesome.
But we were going to do the Wow Hall down there, and we were going to do Clinton up here, and then
I love the Wow Hall.
We're going to try to do the Curious for his show on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday night thing. Do Sunday at Curious, but. Yeah, world turned off. I had shows in Bellevue, and I mean, it's just crazy. So I have all this merch just sitting in the garage, collecting dust. But
cool. So,
I was going to do something.
If anybody wants that, you just go to unloadedcomedy.net.
Com.
Fuck.
Yeah. Or they can go to addictsandrecovery.net and find all kinds of other recovery swag.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, so I wanted to do some of the Zoom stuff, when that the world kind of went to that, and I just could not get into it. And then I finally did just a couple months ago. I did a Zoom show. I think Jamie Stewart put together a sober show, and it was fun. But it was fun because it was compared to nothing. You know what I mean? I was comparing when I was first, the world first turned off, I was comparing the Zoom to, stand up. I needed the energy. I needed the, all that stuff that comedy gives us, that, the crowd and all that. And so I just said, I'm just going to put it away for a while. And then when I did the Zoom show, just that little bit of, instant gratification and response and all that kind of stuff. And I had a great set, even haven't done it for a while, and it was a lot of fun. So it kind of rekindled those things, and I have some opportunities for Unloaded that are kind of pending, and hopefully get out there pretty soon. You know, just trying to be safe with everything, and
for sure.
and all that, and make sure that, you know, I don't end up in the red. You know, you want to be able to cover your, you know, expenses and all that kind of stuff. But there's probably going to be some opportunities out there.
Yeah, I think I would do merch the wrong way. I'd be like, oh, I'm gonna get so much merch. It's gonna be great.
yeah. I remember my very first show was at for Unloaded was at Capital City, and we sold the place out. And we even we rented extra chairs, and we took out all the tables. And we had 113 people in there.
Wow, that's not legal.
Yeah, right. No, we didn't have that many. But
it's a totally different business owned by totally different people. So
it's gone. Yep, it's all long gone. But it was an incredible night, and we had Sam Miller come down, and Liz Donahue from Seattle when she was here. She's in Czech Republic now.
Oh wow.
Jeremiah and Julia were here, and Ryan Bonnell out of Olympia as well did a set.
Oh yeah, Jeremiah's sober too, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he just celebrated 7 years. He invited me to his Zoom meeting for his birthday meeting, and I had to bail. And he messaged me. He goes, "Did you leave?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "I just called on you to talk." I'm like, "Well, I got out there just in time."
Hi, my name's Mike. I didn't know that. I'm out of here. Yeah. Oh man, if that happened and he was like, "All right, now Chad, if you want to talk," I'd be like, "Nah, not really." What?
Yep.
That's cool though. I mean, like that's nice for that kind of thing. But I get anxiety. I just did last night was Passover, and so Emma's parents are on the other side of the table on the Skype call, and we're all reading through the Haggadah, which is a book. And so so then it's like it's in English. I don't have to like try to figure out a language. So then everybody's reading, and they're like, "Okay, Chad, you read the next part," and I'm like, "Okay, fucking, all I have to do is read." But like, I should be comfortable because all these people know me and like me. But still, at the same time, holy shit! I think it's because I'm entering into something that I'm extremely unfamiliar with. So I'm like watching it as a sitcom as it's happening. So like I'm the person who's like, okay, I'm reading about like Jewish God and stuff, and then like, okay, I'm trying to take this seriously, but there's part that I'm like comparing to a System of a Down song, so I start laughing, and then I'm like, oh my god. So I get all confused and distracted, but I think I made it seem like I was doing a great job.
Nice.
What System of a Down song did you
yeah, right.
Okay, hold on, I'm just gonna I'll get the book and I'll show you what I was talking about that made me laugh so much. Oops. Hold on. Okay, now I can hear. I gotta find it. You know the song Chop Suey? Oh, here we go. Yeah. Okay. So I gotta figure out my framing here. Okay. Here. Oops. Knocking shit over. Grab this. Oh, knock more shit over. Uh-oh. Okay. Here we go. So right here. So it's supposed to be like, okay,
You're supposed to be able to read that?
No, not at all.
Okay.
But it's I see. Okay. Frame better. So it's like I can't wake up. It's just something quick, and then like so yeah, I was they're reading all the stuff in English, and I'm just focused on this, like trying to figure out which part of the System of a Down song goes where. And then they're like turn the page, and I'm like, oh yeah, totally. Also, when you turn the page, you go this way. Because it's Hebrew. Yeah, so page 55 right here.
Hebrew manga.
55, and then the next one is 57.
Ooh, yeah.
Very interesting. A Passover Haggadah. I'm trying to get the Haggadah. Yeah. I'm trying to. I'm getting.
And you're learning this because
I like Emma and her family, and I don't know. It's nice to be nice.
Do you like her, or do you like her? I don't know.
Yeah, no, we've been dating for a couple of years.
Oh, I had no idea.
I know we don't. I mean, that happens to a lot of people because I don't really say it. It's not something that I find important to say to people when we introduce ourselves. You know, it's just like one of those things. It's like I don't know when to fucking talk. Whatever. But yeah, so
I guess I could have done the math on that. Now I think about it. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I just kind of leave it up to people to do the math on, and then I run into that a lot. But
so you're not dating Zach though?
No, but I have also been asked about that. Dylan Carlino asked if we were all dating each other, and I was like,
"Oh,
what?
Crazier shit happens."
I would not date Zach. He's a monster.
He's a monster.
I mean, like, you know, I'm not opposed to the whole idea, but
you two have adopted him, I'm assuming.
Zach is a stinky boy. I'm out here editing podcasts every morning when he wakes up and takes his shit in the bathroom 10 feet right over there, and he takes his monster morning shits. So yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
So let's just trash on Zach for the rest of the thing.
Yeah. Well, congratulations. I really had no idea.
Oh, I mean, thanks, or I don't know. What? Yeah, thanks. We like each other. It's great.
Yeah, no, that's good. That is great. That is great.
Yeah. But yeah, it's interesting being. I was talking about Passover a little bit more. Yeah, I don't know. That was just one of the things that was kind of like outside my comfort zone.
Mm-hmm.
That was interesting to kind of convince myself that I'm not actually outside my comfort zone. Do you ever get that? Mm-hmm. Of like, because I feel like I'm kind of stuck in like a teenager brain sometimes. And so like when I'm in a situation, I'm like, oh, these people are adults and they're taking shit seriously. I got to try to do that. And it's not something that I find easy to do. So I'm always like, well, you can just have fun with whatever you're doing. Right. I
can relate to that. When I'm around people who are more adult, I perceive it more adult. I perpetually feel like the fifth grader looking up to middle school kids, like just because I don't know any better. I'm just they got their shit together. They know, like his Pokemon cards are in a binder. Like he knows what he's fucking doing. He's got his shit together, and mine are in a backpack.
Yeah, mine are in my lunchbox.
I remember that day seeing the binder for the first time. What? I had no idea that was a thing.
Yeah. That's how I kept all my baseball cards, and then my sister kept her New Kids on the Block cards and one also.
Are those worth anything?
My baseball card that my dad still has is, I think it's a Mark McGwire rookie card.
Ooh.
So I don't know if it. I think it was at one point, but now it's kind of like.
Did the value go up like on steroids?
I think it went. I think it went up when he broke the record, but
probably went back
down after everybody was like, "Well, you're kind of an asshole, right?" Like, I think people don't like him because he was like, "Yeah, I do steroids, and it makes me better than you."
Yeah.
Same with Sammy Sosa. Like both of the like complete insane badass home run guys. They just kind of turned out to be. I don't know. I think it's there we go. Thank you. I think it's the side effect of maybe being a champion because of the steroids and just being like, oh well, I'm secretly better than you, which makes me, the like league is like letting me be better than you, and I don't know. I immediately go conspiracy on everything.
Yeah,
the fucking MLB is behind all that shit, dude.
Well, yeah, crazy. Think how much money they made off of it.
Yeah, he was a huge draw. I watched the Cubs. I didn't give a shit about the Cubs.
Yeah,
I'll watch a little bit of the Cubs just to see what Sammy Sosa does.
Anytime they played each other.
Have you seen what he looks like now?
It's weird, isn't it?
What the fuck happened to Sammy Sosa?
It's like a parfait style. Dutch bros. I don't know what happened there.
I don't either. Yeah.
He needs to be less white. He needs to be less white for sure.
Yeah. What? I mean, like, that's not something that happens. Maybe I don't know. I'm not a geologist, but I don't know what happens to people's skin when they get older. I don't think it turns white.
You're not a what? I'm not a zoologist. I don't think that happens to people. What?
I said geologist, but that's just that's the funniest one to throw out because it's usually wrong. I'm usually talking about like geography, and then I say I'm not a geologist, and then my daughter finally caught on to that one, which is cool because she's now smart enough to be like, that's not right.
My son always told me I wasn't funny.
Yeah, I get a lot of eye rolls. But
Yeah.
I think the eye roll is the thing that kind of like dismisses the laugh. It's like she either is going to laugh or she's going to roll her eyes. And some of the eye rolls are like, whoa. And I'm like, you would have laughed so fucking hard with that one. Oh, man. So I'll take it. I'll take the eye roll.
Sometimes we want the eye roll. Sometimes we want the groan.
That's what I'm going for sometimes.
Yeah.
That's a problem with me sometimes because I'm a little brother. Like my sister's 6 years older than me. And so there's a big part of my life where I was like, okay, so there's a girl around me and I'm going to terrorize the fuck out of her. And that was just my thing all the time. So just like, here's the thing I do after school. So now there's like a part of my DNA that's like, I guess I just like fucking with people anyway. But when it's someone who's, that close to you, I think when you lie to them real quick and say like, oh no, I didn't do that at all. They go, what? And then you go like, oh, just kidding. I totally did it. It's great. I think the part where they go, huh? Sticks with them more. So I need to stop doing that is how I'm feeling. If that makes any sense whatsoever. I was rambling too much.
Insert eye roll. I'm just kidding.
Oh, Jan. No, I see what you're saying. You'd rather get a reaction than confuse people. I don't like to, especially when you're like trying to make a joke and they don't get the reference and then you sound like an asshole. That happens to me at work sometimes. Yeah. Like it's one of my favorite things to do. It's so stupid, but if I like making fun of people who order the same thing because I think it's kind of uninspired and dumb. But like if I'm delivering fish and chips, I go, oh, I'll try not to get these mixed up. It's something I always fucking. It's so stupid. And it usually gets a huge laugh from the clientele because they're like in their like 50s, 60s, 70s, and it's happened a few times at the table where they're like, huh? But I ordered, there's no way you could, and then I'm like, oh, it's a bad joke. And they go, oh. And that's happened to me a few times. And I'm like, oh, I almost don't want to tell this anymore. I think this
yeah, it makes it almost not worth it. But I mean, the times that it is worth it, it's really worth it.
Oh, dude, when it lands, it's like I can feel my tip going from 15 to 20% right there. Like it's like
like a little meter.
Oh, not my dick. Yeah,
my tip goes from 15 to 20%. Woo!
Watch out, ladies.
Why is your apron sticking out, Kyle? Are you stealing a pepper grinder? What is?
Wait. Do you? Okay, so like if I'm ever at a restaurant or place that there's a person, helping me out, I don't like to say serving me. That just sounds like that's what they're doing, whatever. So, if that person is funny or joking around in any sort of way, I'm super happy about it. I love it so much because it's like everybody here is really stale. The lady who I walked in, she's like, "Hi, welcome to fucking Dairy Queen or whatever, wherever I am," and I just want someone to, I don't know. I really enjoy being at work and like seeing people's face when I go like, hey, how's it going? And like, I'm not putting on any whole thing. They're like, oh, cool, a person. Instead of like, it's like when you call some place and you're like, nah, can I just talk to a person? Like that's how I feel. I feel like the person at my work, even though there's 20 other people around me.
I agree with that. I really like it when someone like, when I put out like a little feeler, like, are you a person? Like, do you want to have this? And then when they take it, I'm like, yes. And I completely relax, and then I can be myself at the table, which is fucking awesome.
I love that.
My regional manager probably wouldn't like it, but everyone else is like, no, fuck, the customers like you. You're knowledgeable. You know what you're doing. As long as you're knowledgeable and you sell the shit they want you to sell, it's fine. You're not, but I'm supposed to be very reserved, and I'm not supposed to even really make loud noises. Apparently, like I'm supposed to not like. And I'm always I do shit all the time, like, but I mean, I'm not quite as crazy in this restaurant as I was at Red Robin, but I still have some of that serving style for sure. Like I just like to have fun with people, and especially if people are, being silly themselves, then I'll join right in. But sometimes sometimes I don't like it when I'm in a bad mood and people are telling like dumb jokes like, where's my beer? Like pretending to be mad. Because I can't tell if you're really mad or being a douchebag. But either way,
yeah, because some people just talk like that and are stupid.
Oh, exactly.
And so it's like, I don't want to just be like, I don't want to, accidentally assume that you're just joking. Because like, what if you're an asshole that's stupid? You're gonna get way more angry.
Oh yeah.
That just goes the other way. Mike, so do you have a work voice? Like when you talk to people on your, do you use that headset right there?
Yeah.
Do you have a work voice? Like, hi, welcome to Mike's special corner of the phone universe. Your dime, my time.
I don't think so. I probably talk more professionally though, kind of thing. I just did a couple training sessions for the company Thursday and Friday, and those were recorded. So maybe I do. So I might check that out and see if I do have a professional voice. But I'm told I'm always very nice and cordial on the phone and very professional. And
you know what I think, Mike? I think that you have a really good voice, and you could. I know that there's no way you don't know what ASMR videos are, because you're like ahead of me on the internet stuff. So I'm pretty sure you know. So you could.
Don't know.
ASMR.
I'm writing it down.
Oh man, Kyle, do you agree with that? His voice would work.
Oh
really
yeah,
well for those?
He's got like a smooth, buttery voice.
Oh, just calmly read some Shel Silverstein. Holy fuck!
Dude. Yeah, ASMR is like, I forget what it's an acronym, but I forget what it's audio
sensory
something.
Mister. Yeah, that's sure that's it.
No, it's people. It's like people that like sound, and they'll also combine ASMR with mukbangs, which are like videos of people eating a lot of food, and then they'll eat something crunchy, and then people are like, "Ooh, crunchy," and then the mic is right by their face. And then I saw one where a dude, like, it was an ASMR mukbang where he was just eating an entire pizza in one sitting, and he like rubbed his fingers over the cardboard for the cardboard sound, and it was so.
I don't know about that.
Wow.
I don't know about that one.
It was so. Have you seen that?
I'm writing this down.
No, but I have seen the one where the lady goes, she goes, "Do you like milk farts?" and then she sits her ass in a bucket of milk and then farts in it. It's really good. That's a whole different thing. That's not ASMR. That's just ass milk.
Is that Pornhub or is that on YouTube?
Zach, did you send that to me off a Pornhub link? No, he said it wasn't Pornhub, and he sounded kind of upset that I would assume that it was Pornhub. Oh, Reddit. Just type in milk farts into Reddit. Whew. Actually, you'll get something else.
X-hamster. What?
X-hamster, actually, it might be on there too. We got some wacky stuff.
Get back on that watch list.
Yeah.
So funny though. Dude, it's one of the funniest things I've seen on the internet, and I watched it so many times because to hear. Okay, so she's serious. She's like, she's British for one. For one, she's British, and then she goes, "You like milk farts?" And then it just shows her. It doesn't show her face. It just shows her ass sitting into milk. Like, it's not even any really nudity. It just shows them like ass cheeks right into milk, and then just all these bubbles coming up. It's such a good long big fart. It's great. I love it.
I love it. That after this.
It's great. Yeah, I do recommend that. It's not in the same vein of like recommending Goatsy, which is Mike. If you don't know what goatee is, it's a guy spreading his asshole open. It's a pretty popular picture on the internet. Different kind of art.
Art. Nice.
It is some art.
Is that in the realm of blue waffles or what?
Yes, actually.
Oh, no.
Blue waffle, lemon party.
Oh, I was privy to Lemon Party.
Yeah, they're all in the same folder.
Wanna be happy for the rest of your life. That song scars me now. Like when I hear it.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh, that was the song on Lemon Party. When you opened up Lemon Party, the song that popped up was "If you want to be happy for the rest of your life, never make a pretty woman your wife." And then it was just three old dudes blowing each other. And
Hell yeah.
Wow.
You know, that's pretty common on like in like gay porn category areas on porn sites.
Yeah.
Just old guys that are like, you know what? I'm fucking blowing my friend. Here we go. I'm like,
Wow.
I get it. All right. Blow your friends. All right. Have at it. Mike, I got to have you over here sometime soon. Blow your friends.
Well, Zach's got to be there to make 3, so.
Yeah. Oh, no. Fucking, no. He's already got shit running down his leg. There's something fucking nasty happening with him all the time.
Wow.
I don't know what he's doing. It's gross. Well, Mike, it's been awesome having you on here. Let's go through real quick where people can find you and your stuff, and yeah. So
Okay.
addictsinrecovery.com is the
.net,
right?
Addictsandrecovery.net.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah, I'm serious.
I thought unloaded comedy com.
Yeah.
That's why I did it wrong, because
Yep.
I knew it was okay, fine.
Yep. Addictsandrecovery.net. You can get your airwear recovery gear there. And then if you want to hit me up for some, talk about shows or whatnot, or just learn a bit more about us, you can go to unloadedcomedy.com. And I am booked actually for a real live show at the Capitol in Bend on April 16th.
Whoa.
Yeah. So pretty excited about that.
Wait, is Bend the new state capital?
Apparently.
Cool.
So no, I don't know why it's called that, but it's the name of the venue. So, but I guess Capital City Theater was taken, so they just stopped at the Capitol. But yeah, I'll be out there. Just my first show in Bend. Pretty excited about that. And
nice. Hit up the Blockbuster while you're over there.
Yeah, definitely. I'm pretty excited just to get on stage again. So we'll definitely be hitting up a couple open mics here to get ready for that. So
yeah, I think we're gonna try to go up to the day this comes out, the next week. We're gonna try to run up to that Schmitza mic that Amanda Lynn Deal does.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun. I was there tonight.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
How'd it go?
Oh, it was good. I was working on some new stuff. I went up first, and then I kind of got out of there right away.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
it was.
Did people turn out?
It's definitely pretty fun.
I'm starting to call Kyle Mr. Showbiz.
Yeah. Nice.
He just goes up, does his stuff, and gets the fuck out of there.
That's right. That's right.
Well, I've been trying to prioritize my time a little bit. I've been really stacking my days lately, and then I also on Wednesdays I started double dipping. I do a Zoom mic while I'm in my car at the parking lot mic.
I saw that.
Wow.
That's crazy.
People thought I was crazy because I had my light on and I was just filling my car with pot smoke, and I was like waving my arms around and like yelling, and they thought I was going crazy because they saw me across the parking lot. I'm being emphatic for the Zoom audience. I'm not a crazy person.
I think Kyle's getting broken up with over Zoom.
He's not happy about it.
Yeah. Working on his new angry set.
Yeah.
So Wednesday is the parking lot mic. There's Sunday nights is Schmitza. Are there any other mics that you guys are hitting?
I'm going to Legrowski's on Mondays and Saturdays when I can get the Saturday off. But I'm back to working like double Saturdays at work right now. So
is that Zane?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Zane's good.
Masquerade.
That one's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, cool. I might check that one out. Is that one outside?
That one is outside, and people have been bringing their own mics. So I got my own mic now.
What are you using?
It's just a cheap Amazon mic. I paid like $23. It's a Pile, but I've seen that brand all over the place. So I was like,
Pile's a good brand.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, I'm happy with it. It's a little.
I got some Behringers, dude.
I think that's found than the actual mic.
I was going to pick up a Shure, but they're a little steep. But
yeah, I mean,
are you sure?
I got the 3-pack of Behringers, and it was like $40 on, and I've been using those still. I still use them. I have one that's broken, but I just have that hung up as like a decoration in the shed.
Nice.
But I bought those like 5 years ago. So I mean, you could probably get better sound, but with the audio equipment that people are using right now,
yeah.
I mean, what are you gonna really get? It's just speakers set up outside, or just speakers set up in a pizza schmizza, or just I don't know, the regular stuff. I think that getting your own mic is a good idea. I don't know if like springing that much money on a really good mic right now there would be much of a point to it.
Yeah.
No,
I think it around and unplugging it and plugging it in a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I would buy one if I was. I mean, I am going to be starting a show here at some point soon. I want to get on it before summer starts.
Ooh, scoop.
Then I'm probably gonna get a decent mic, or I might just use the ones that Tori has, because I think Tori and I are going to start a show together. But yeah, we're looking for outdoor venues right now.
Nice. I booked Tori on my show.
Great. I was thinking like if I did that, I would probably spend some money, but I don't want people using my $20 mic with an orange cover. I mean, it's cool for me. I like it, but
yeah, that's the difference. There is like if you're getting it to have a show and like that's the thing, then yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Are people bringing their own mics to Schmitza?
Schmitza, no, because it's a wireless mic. That's the only one though, but all the other ones are, and some of the other ones will give you 30 seconds extra for bringing your own mic, just so there's because it cuts down on sanitation time and stuff.
Yeah. Cool.
Well, that's sweet. Well, Mike, thanks for being on here with us. It's been really nice seeing you and talking to you.
Yeah, man. Thank you guys for having me. I really appreciate it. It's good to see you guys.
It's always awesome talking to you, and I don't know, you're kind of just the person who has like you're like a really good like person to talk to with this kind of stuff, and you just have been through the whole thing, and like you have actually lived the whole spectrum of like sobriety and recovery, and it's just really cool to see, and it's always inspiring to talk to you because it's like, oh yeah, cool.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate
good stuff.
Glad it means something to somebody, and just I'll keep doing that. Keep sharing my story. So,
and if I ever see anybody on hard times, I'll just send them your way.
I'll take them to treatment if I can. Definitely, if they're ready, I'll give them a ride. So
that's all.
I've done it more than once. So,
well, thank you again, and thanks for joining us, everybody. Kyle, did you have any plugs?
I mean, I got a show in Dallas coming up, and then I'm working with the Amazon Queen again. We're doing a cannabis club thing. I still gotta get the deets down for that, but that's 22nd and the 23rd. I'm doing the 2 shows coming up.
Cannabis Club, that's where Matt Besser recorded his comedy special, yeah?
It might be at a different one. There was one off of Powell that just closed down. I think the one that we're doing is in Milwaukee, Oregon. So
okay,
yeah,
still rad. That's really cool.
Yeah, I'm excited. I love Amazon Queen. She's one of my favorite people to goes with. Yeah. So I'm excited.
Awesome. For me, just type in my name on social media. Just try it. See what happens. Type in the Podchaost onto Google. Try it. See what happens. But that's it for me. That's it for us. Thank you, everybody, for joining us here on Must Be Nice. See you next week. Bye.